how many times has imposter syndrome is a real thing? You do have imposter syndrome.
No, I don't. Only important people can have imposter syndrome.
Are you important?
No. Also, plus, I keep getting told that only known divas can have imposter syndrome, and that I'm a mean diva, so yeah. Hello, this is Rita, and this is me and my mommy's podcast, and then my mommy, and there's me, and I'm just talking about this stuff, and there's me tap dancing, because this is a tap dance, it's a autism podcast, and there's a bunch of animals, and I'll be trying to eat my hair, and there's a bunch of sand in the ocean. Also, there's all the soul talk stuff, I love all my mentors and babes. Oh, that, and also, yes, like life stuff and tap dancing. Oh, and also there's my boots. My boots are amazing. Also, there's me, trying not to have a panic attack. Also, this is a podcast about me, autism, and tap dancing, and blah, blah, blah. I'm just ADHD in this thing. Also, there's my cute adorable puppies.
Leta, you want to introduce the podcast?
That's my mom. I'm Leta. It is early in the morning.
We are, of course, it is Tap Tuesday, and I waited until the very last minute, and we recorded an episode. I didn't like how it turned out. We recorded an episode. I didn't like how it turned out. It is 8:30 in the morning. You are normally up by now. It just feels earlier because of the cloud covering. Okay, but today we were recording episodes about the You Can Do It video from Soul Talk. And we bunny trailed into something that I think needs to be discussed.
Not my fault.
No, but I think it needs to be discussed. And I think it relates to the video, but it needs its own podcast. Imposter Syndrome. And hi, hello, sit up. There will be emotions. It is a podcast.
Hi. Can we just act out emotions instead of speaking emotions?
No, here's the thing. I think a lot of studios are struggling. And one of the things they keep telling people is that dance will give your child confidence. That if your child is in dance class, it will give you confidence. You are giving me a look. Has dance class ever given you confidence?
It's made me think about I deserve today.
Your company, Soul Talk, the international tap dance company you're part of, just released. I don't know what you're playing with over there, but I'm going to pretend I don't care.
Dinosaur.
No, but it released a video that was recorded after 3 days at DC Tap Fest last year. 4 days if you include the fact you guys had the concert 4 days beforehand. Y'all were dragging on the ground, were you not?
Well, I wasn't. I was just being dragged to live.
But no, I meant you guys were tired as all get out, were you not?
Let's see. One of us was halfway in the grave, but that was because for 4 days. But yeah, he was halfway in the grave. I'm pretty sure.
This wasn't done bubbly fresh at the start of a morning when you hadn't done multiple late nights in a row. Leta, that was an actual question.
Oh wait, what?
The night beforehand, I don't think we left early, and we left at like 11 p.m. the night beforehand. I don't think they got done till like 1, 2 o'clock the night beforehand.
Actually, they didn't get done until like 5 in the morning.
And then everyone was back at like 9 for the last 3 classes of the day. And then we took a break for you guys to scarf down lunch and get into costumes.
Yeah, maybe next time we make the party ends before midnight.
It wasn't the party that time. It was the showcase and cutting contest. The cutting contest went forever.
Yes, we do it in the beginning part. You know, the beginning part of the
was when it was when people could get stuff done. But I wanted to discuss some correspondence you've gotten from former dance teachers and former people who've worked with you on dance. None of which, I would like to make this clear, none of which is Chloe and Maud Arnold, is it? You dropped your squishy dinosaur. None of the things I'm going to say are from people within the Soul Talk realm, correct?
A squishy dinosaur went under the couch.
Grab your squishy dinosaur real quick. Here are some legitimate things I have gotten from in the week that video has been released. This video shows that Chloe Arnold doesn't really think Leta can be a tap dancer because Leta was in the back.
Yeah. And you probably have very much blood on your hands.
With Leta being in the back like this, are you worried that Chloe might someday realize she doesn't need Leta and that Leta will no longer be part?
Need me for what? I joined when I was 9. The only useful thing a 9-year-old does is get you free stuff.
And that Leta will not be part of what continues putting Chloe forward as an amazing choreographer. Because people at Chloe's level only keep around people that they need, not people that they like.
She's got soul babies. Yes, I know they're not called soul babies, but let's just be honest.
We're sync babies.
Yeah.
Syncopated ladies, syncopated babies.
Syncopated babies. I just keep thinking of them as Soul Talk's baby.
Here's another one.
I mean, what usefulness do you have for a 5-year-old other than they are adorable when they show off they got it right?
If Leta was really a good tap dancer, she would have been in the front.
Watched any of my podcasts. I don't ever think that.
And that's my thing. These were coming from people who reached out because
they've got blood on their hands.
They've been former dance teachers of yours, and they love you so much. They want to support you by telling you how bad you are.
Yes, and I agree with them. I am terrible.
I'm gonna now read some things from the latest Sodanza post about Autistic Wings Dance Company, because Sodanza posted about your tap studio. Wasn't that amazing? That was really super sweet of them.
Jack looks like a statue.
Jackie Poo? The doggy is right at my feet. I want to let us read this specific post from Sodanza USA. This Autism Acceptance Month, we're celebrating 13-year-old Leta, who founded Autistic Wings Dance Company. Leta, let's support her mission to build a new studio that embraces everyone. Together, we can build a more inclusive world through dance. Some of their replies to comments. You said, thank you all for your support. Thank you for sharing your talent.
But what talent?
That's what I'm saying.
What talent? They mean the
so
talent
Styles in Motion LLC went, I love this. Thank you, Sodanza. Sodanza's response was, isn't Leta Tap Styles just amazing?
Are they okay in the head? They're okay in the head.
Here's my thing. I think a lot of dance teachers don't understand the power they have on this one subject, and we're going to discuss it. Do you think you can dance?
Are you trying to get my ass whooped and put in the grave?
Do you think you are good enough to be on stage with the other Soul Talkers?
Like, seriously, are you just trying to help my case of being put in the grave?
Do you think you are worthy to be in classes with the other Soul Talkers?
I got a squishy desk.
You have a squishy dinosaur on your head.
How about we just focus on that? And I say that. How about we just focus on that? And nothing else.
Do you agree with what Sodanza said about you sharing your talent with the world?
No.
Do you agree that you have talent?
No.
Do you know that most of the podcasting world that we've talked to thinks you are a very talented tap dancer?
I go turtle right now, snail pace compared to all the other Soul Talkers. But again, they don't have the red hips that I know of. So, yes.
Do you believe that you are worthy of any praise from anyone about your dance?
No.
But
then again, usually when I say that to people, they usually say, you're a jackass, oh, you're a diva, blah, 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 blah.
You look about ready to cry over there.
I'm fine. I have no scars.
How many times has imposter syndrome is a real thing? You do have imposter syndrome.
No, I don't. Only important people can have imposter syndrome.
Are you important?
No. Also, plus, I keep getting told that only non-divas can have imposter syndrome and that I'm a mean diva, so, yeah.
Have you ever been told in soul talk that you can't have imposter syndrome?
No.
Have you ever been told in soul talk that you have no talent?
No.
Have you ever been told have dance teachers ever spoken to you in a way that makes you think they think you have no talent?
Yes.
We're gonna go
What do
to
you
one.
mean ever? What do you mean ever? That's making it sound like this isn't a real life thing.
When you were in Hip Hop 1 back in Alabama, and there was that.
I never got the crown. I got it once. And never again.
What was the crown?
And for the best well-behaved dancer. And was the most behaved. I guess I wasn't behaved.
And you know why your teacher told me she didn't give it to you?
Why?
Because you didn't need it.
Why didn't I need it?
Because
was I not behaved well enough? Wait, did I do the moves too badly?
she told me because she knew you were good and you had to already know you were good. There was no need for her to reinforce to you that she knew you were good.
Jeez, I was going to make a real crowsies next time. A real crowsies.
She didn't give you that crown because she knew you were so good. And she said, Leta doesn't need reinforcement of her talent.
Dang. Oh, good thing I didn't die. Because I thought about it. I got a squishy dinosaur on my head.
But
I got a squishy dinosaur on my head.
yes, you do. Do with anything you've ever done with Soul Talk, and I'm going to quickly put some videos up here of some of the deals. Do you feel like you've ever come off the stage without making a mistake?
No, I keep making mistakes. And
How
bad.
How do you feel you did in this video?
Feel? Like feelings? Like say feelings? Like
Yeah, no,
talk
did you do
feelings?
good? Did you do bad? Was it great? Was it the worst thing you've ever done?
I felt like dying afterwards.
Because you were tired?
Yeah, it was terrible.
What? Okay, putting in clip right here that has you in it. What about this is terrible that you did?
All of it.
Love it. Okay, that's how could you have improved it other than what I think you're gonna say?
Not being me?
Not being you? Like, what do you mean by that? I don't have my earpiece on. I can't hear you today. You guys talk a little louder. Seriously, cannot hear you.
I don't know.
Is it humanly possible that there wasn't much you could do to be better? It's just that you personally think you are terrible all the time. There's silence here. I feel like you're trying very hard not to say no, but I mean, this is a podcast. Podcasts are not Hollywood. They're not, because we've known some friends who've tried to do podcasts that are Hollywood and they want to keep that image. Podcasts are a little bit more raw. They're a little bit more emotional. They're a little bit more less influencer, more real person behind the mic, aren't they? So what little girl who looks in the main mirror is about to make her cry? What are you thinking? If I were to ask Chloe or Maud how you did on this shoot, what do you think they'll tell you?
They needed to clean up more? They needed to clean up more?
Well, I mean, they're going to tell everyone they need to clean up every single minute of the day. But are they going to say, oh, Leta, you were terrible? Or are they going to give you a hug and say, Leta, you did fine?
Maybe?
Maybe. How many of your teachers throughout the years have just criticized you?
All of them?
And they've always felt, and this is where I think dance teachers need to understand the autistic mind. Their criticism of you has just destroyed your self-worth, hasn't it?
Seriously, are you trying to put me in the grave here? I'm gonna get my ass in the grave.
You're like, Chloe and Maud are going to be mad at me. They're not listening to the podcast, okay? It's other people. People who actually...
Okay, then if anyone from Dada is listening to this, you heard not a sip of it. If you say anything, they're gonna be my ass alone in the grave.
Okay, so what do you want to say?
I'm bad.
Did you see the... So Danza is got a shoe that's coming late June to the house for you?
Yeah.
You think So Danza works with bad dancers?
Yes?
The bad dancer being you and only you?
Yes?
Yeah. How... No, I actually have questions here.
Oh, I just said I was thirsty. Yeah. Okay.
You got a drink. You look like you're still about to cry because mommy is making you talk about emotional stuff, isn't she? You're nodding your head for those people listening on Spotify or Apple or Amazon Podcast or Podcast, Pocket Cast and all that. There is a reason I'm going over this because you've got a lot of kids looking up to you now. A lot of kids. You've got a lot of adults looking up to you, and I think it...
What do you mean by now? Did you hear all the adults and kids talking about me when I was 6? What do you mean by now?
Let me rephrase.
What do you mean now?
You have
Don't
always
you mean
had...
I have more than usual?
But I think here's the thing. I think sometimes we focus so much on that mask you have to wear. Because do you think you can tell people outside of the podcasting world, like if you knew this was going to the dance world, would you talk about the imposter syndrome?
No. Essentially, I get told. I'm a mean diva.
But
Divas shouldn't have imposter syndrome. Damn mean.
But because this is going to the podcasting world, I think it frees you up a little bit more. And I think that's one of the things we need to quit doing in dance is we've put it to the point that people are thinking you can't have imposter syndrome and be good. Because if you have imposter syndrome, you must be a diva.
Said you can't have depression.
But I think that's a problem within the dance world. And I think dance teachers and dance studio owners need to understand every word they say has a consequence, doesn't it? You're nodding your head. Every correction they make needs to be made. How do I put this the right way? Every correction you have ever gotten from a dance teacher.
They yell at a lot.
I think dance teachers have, because right now dance studios are struggling. Dance has become a luxury. And it shouldn't be a luxury, should it? Arts should not be a luxury. But dance classes here in town are starting at like $80 an hour.
You know what? Before you spell ship dance was everyone learns it, nobody gets paid to teach it, everybody just learns it and knows it, nobody goes to classes, we just all know it.
Well, I think that's the thing. I think dance classes are important, but I think so many studio owners have the idea in their head that I'm going to be different than everyone else. And in the long run, they wind up with the same clicks. They wind up with the same issues because they're hiring from the same or talent pool for teachers. And I don't think they understand, especially with autistic kids. And I will say this as an autistic kid myself, the way you give corrections can damage you forever, can't it? Did you just pick up candy so you can't talk to me? Leta, grab a Pez and then put the Pez down and pick up the microphone. Leta, this is...
Yeah.
Hi, I know I'm getting emotions right now, but do you think you could maybe try talking every now and then to mommy on the emotions? You understand what I'm saying here on this one? Am I making sense?
That apparently not all important people can have imposter syndrome.
I think importance is in the eye of the beholder here. Let's pick. I think importance is you will never think you're important. I think you could be tapping in front of Good Morning America's audience and you will never think you're important, will you?
It's Good Morning America.
What if you were in front of the Today Show, CBS This Morning?
I would never be in front of the Today Show.
Did you say never? Because you have a piece. Yeah, never. You have a piece of candy in your mouth, so you can't answer me very well, don't you?
What? No.
Mother, I would never do that on purpose.
I
I'm
know,
just
that's
your
what my
adorable,
voice
sweet,
doesn't
innocent
sound
child
like
here.
What?
Let's talk about the podcast. You know, people are listening to the podcast. You know, you are going on to multiple podcasts as a podcast. Yes. I think, and this is not saying anything. You're not doing the dance podcast. You're doing the mainstream podcast, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
You're going on talk. You've even been on talk radio. We were on the Positive Talk radio show.
Yeah, so?
Here's the thing. And this is not dissing your amazing Soul Talk friends who I think this is the perfect time for you to really quick interject and say something about your Soul Talk friends and podcasts.
Yeah. Talk.
You're not going to go, I have a podcast, guys. Would you like to remember I have a podcast, guys? Contact me.
I've given up.
Given up. We know at least one of them's coming on this summer as soon as school is over.
Yeah.
But I think you've been on podcast almost weekly, not just our podcast, but podcasts across the country, almost weekly for the last few months. Sometimes two or three times a week. I think you have a message that is resonating. The idea of this dance studio specifically for autistic kids is taking into account all this. I think you are becoming someone important.
No, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Okay, we're going to pretend that.
No, I'm not.
You had Aaron Watson like one of your tap dance videos.
Yeah.
You were super excited when that happened.
Yeah.
Here's a question, because I know you have your list of people you would like to meet as far as even coming on this podcast, correct?
Yeah.
Like Aaron Watson's on the top of that list because you
Yeah.
think Aaron Watson's the greatest singer in the entire world.
Yeah.
Want to talk a little louder?
No.
No, because I have made you do feelings, have I not? But let's talk Livingston. Do you think Livingston may have imposter syndrome every now and then, like normal human beings?
No.
You're like, but I want to talk to him on the podcast. I would love to have Livingston on the podcast too, to talk about autism, and because he's autistic and he's a singer. You're like, I would love to have this man on my podcast. But I think because you also like Nico Moon, you don't have a boat, but you wish you had a boat sometimes, don't you?
Yeah.
You love Nico Moon,
Yeah.
and he's really big about mental health. I think, which is one thing I think dance fails at sometimes, is they don't understand the need of mental health. I love how he put it in one of his deals, because you love hopefully I'm not putting words in your mouth. You love the song Better Days, correct? You know which one that is, right? You were so quiet over there. I think people think I totally destroyed you. But no, like you love Better Days, and Better Days, hold on, let me get the lyrics real quick, because I know the lyrics and my brain just went because I was pulling up a different set of lyrics real quick. And I was also, while you were getting your water, looking at a bunch of choir kids talking about their choir life. And it's like, yep, been there. Okay. I think the part I love about Better Days is you're like, when the stars are burning out and the waves are crashing in, running circles in my mind, got me searching for a light that can guide me home again. When I'm in a hurricane and the waters start to rise, while the lonely and the thunder want to try and take me under, but I'm swimming against the tide. And I've been caught in stormy weather, but nothing lasts forever. That morning sunrise gonna remind me I've still got good friends that I've never met and big dreams that I'm trying to catch and some memories that I want to get, but I still ain't got to make. And it's a simple life that I want to live. And it's lots of love that I got to give and a couple checks off that bucket list that I still ain't got to make. So when I think my bend is going to break, I hold on onto the hope of better days. I think you resonate kind of with that Nico Moon song because a lot of your people are like, you can't have the bad days, but you got to have the bad days. You've got to have those imposter syndrome days. You got to give into it, right? You gotta respond. This is a talky podcast. Do you feel like some of the Nico Moon songs outside of like No More Sad Songs, which has been your theme song from time to time, except for the, alcohol involved in it?
I question you.
But you're like, I'll just take multiple frappuccinos instead of multiple shots of vodka. Do you think sometimes one of the reasons you resonate with like Nico Moon is because he was willing to acknowledge those bad days?
What does resonate mean?
Do you,
Because I took away though.
do you feel like those songs speak to you?
Oh yeah, he's talking.
Like, do you feel like do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you feel like these songs are
Wait, they have ice now?
yeah, hold on. I
They
gotta
have
do this real
ice?
quick. Resonate means that these songs talk to your heart. They talk to your spirit. There's
What?
something that make you feel like this
What?
is something you're going through.
Okay, that makes no sense, but I'm gonna go with yes. Don't make no sense.
What makes no sense about that?
All of it. Like the song suddenly talks now
No, I mean,
and has eyes.
okay, do you feel like these songs are talking about what you're going through?
Oh. Now I can say I've had most people tell me that I do not go through that.
Yes, but I'm not asking what other people tell you. I'm asking what you feel. Do you feel like you've gone through these songs?
I mean, no. But I like the songs, but no.
Okay, what?
Because I would be meaning to say I've gone through that stuff when I haven't gotten through that stuff indubitably.
I feel like there might be a little bit of masking going on there because you've been told that going through this stuff would make you a bad kid, haven't you?
Oh.
The look on your face, if people are watching can you look into the camera with that look? Your camera with that look. The look that's pretty much saying, I am lying through my teeth. That look. But
You're good.
no, what I'm trying to get at is, does it help you seeing that other people who are playing to Red Rocks like Nico Moon is, you're like, I have no clue why playing to Red Rocks is a big deal, do you? You're shaking your head no. It is a big deal. Well, it used to be a bigger deal, but it's still a big deal. Does it help you when someone like him comes out and goes, I too can have depression at times?
Yeah.
Does it at least give you some cover to be like, oh, look, not just divas can have depression, but like real.
But I don't have depression.
Child, I love ya.
I don't have.
You've never gotten really, really upset, sad that the world was terrible.
No.
Does it help you seeing someone like Nico Moon have depression? And while you haven't had depression, imposter syndrome is depression is something supposedly you're not supposed to have as a recording artist because your life is supposed to be perfect. You shouldn't have depression at all. But
Don't
like
you
you've
get
said,
stalkers and people trying to model you and people
I
being
mean, you've been
jackasses?
told over and over you can't have imposter syndrome because that's a diva thing.
No, because divas can't have imposter syndrome. And all my teachers kept telling me I was a diva because I was messing up and accidentally messing up choreography, and that obviously made me a diva.
It's doesn't make you a diva. That makes you
But
human.
being
But
told
hey,
that makes me a diva because I was messing up. So that makes me where I want to be deciding to be better than everybody else.
I
So
have a
then I'm a diva.
I have a
Kept getting told.
I have a friend who it was found out that she didn't lip sync her concerts because she totally forgot music one day
Yeah. So
in front of an entire 100,000 people.
yeah. So
Don't worry, she too was told she's a diva and she can't make mistakes. There's a
but
lot
no,
of
I was kept being told that divas only make mistakes and be on be shining stars and better than everybody else, and they want everybody to have the spotlight on them and nobody else.
I mean,
What you get told? It is the hideous thing that I've been told.
I mean, in my generation, it was divas never make mistakes, but divas know they're better than everyone
I
else.
just keep getting told divas make all the mistakes, so everybody is focused on them, and they only make mistakes, so everybody pays attention to them.
I mean, here's the thing though, that was not told to you by anyone in the working with
No.
you professionally. That was told by a dance teacher, was that not?
Yeah.
What
But
I'm
there was this one really mean guy teacher that I had that would tell the whole class every mistake I made, and kept saying that I was a diva, and kept saying that I shouldn't want to be better than everybody else, and I shouldn't want to be a star, and I didn't.
what stays with you longer though? That or anyone from Soul Talk talking you up? You look about ready to cry remembering that, Dill. You are 13. You shouldn't be having these things. And these are the same people who are coming out. Oh, honey, come here. All right. Had a little bit of a cry sesh because this is emotional, right, Leta? You're nodding your head. But I think this is really important because I think so many people in your life have felt that those statements are helping you become a better human being, that telling you all that is becoming a better human being.
So really wanting to die is supposed to help me become a better human being.
I don't think they understand that that's what they're doing. I mean, and I hoping your story of all in the rawness we're doing today will help some of these dance teachers understand what consequences those words have, especially in a kid who's autistic. Because there's a lot of times your dance teachers, they will come to me and tell me how much they absolutely love you and how much you love them. You're giving me a look, and you're coming out of class crying because they have just broken you down. And they're saying stuff that they think is supporting you.
Wanting to die.
They don't see that part. They don't see what they have done. They honestly cannot see where they have gone wrong, where they have been the problem.
Down the hands.
But I think there's a good, I accidentally unscrewed my microphone again. I've been playing with stuff so much. I think that they have been told by all these other parents, and I think it's coming from the parents. Look how much confidence my child has. And
Confidence to what? Die?
I think there's a lot of masking that goes on in dance studios. I think kids realize you have to mask and that you have to be happy all the time and you have to be like, oh, I love the light and all this all the time. But how do I put this nicely? No, you don't. Because if you are always happy, then you'll find no joy in the happiness. Think it through. If you are always happy, if you are always standing in the light, then there is no joy in the light because that's just normality.
Yeah.
If you have, and this is going to sound crazy, if you have those bad days, if you have those rainy days where it seems nothing can get better, and then you have the light days where everything is great, doesn't that make the great days even better?
I don't like the light.
Yes, but here's the thing. You've gotten to the point that your safe spot is the dark. Your safe spot is that corner in the studio where no one can see you, where teachers can't say anything about you because they don't see you, haven't you? Once more, Leta, why do you like the dark corners?
Because it's safe and nice.
But why is it safe?
Because it's safe.
I need
you. Never.
No, you can't. You got to be open about this. What about dark corners in dance studios? What about that place?
Nobody can see me.
And what happens if they can't see you?
Damn safe.
Safe from what?
People.
What about people makes them unsafe?
I could go down the whole list, but do we got a decade?
Not quite, but but that's the thing. You shouldn't think that the only safe spot in a dance studio is a corner away from all the teachers.
Yeah, and I keep getting, yeah.
If you're not in that safe spot, if you're not in the corner, what are you expecting that you?
I'm gonna dive in front of the leopards. I'm gonna dive in front of the leopards. I'm gonna die. I'm in front of a polar bear. Yeah. I'm gonna die.
One thing Sodanza doesn't know, and I know they probably don't like, but you have had a lot of people tell you that this is never going to work, Autistic Wings, because you're not looking at what the neurotypical people have.
Yeah, last time I checked, the polar bear doesn't give a damn whether or not you do or don't want to be eaten. So, yeah. Fuck you.
But no, like, we've had a bunch of people reach out and go, this won't work because you're making it where neurotypical people don't feel.
Wait, that's a polar. Wait, there's a polar. Does the killer whale suddenly give a damn whether or not you do want it to be like the killer whales in the movie? Does it suddenly give a damn whether or not you don't want to be drowned?
Okay, why friendship if not friend on the killer whales?
Was never friendship. Random with the face. The friendship. It has everything to murder everywhere. Weapon, be friendship. None of those two movies says everyone's funny with friendship.
The stuffed animals at SeaWorld?
Yeah, so, yeah. Neurotypical people, I don't think the killer whale cares if you think it's friend-shaped. You're being drowned.
Okay. So, but that's been a big thing I've been told is you need to tell us how to make our studios work as is and not have these autistic kids over at the side, and how to make us neurotypical people not feel out of place and feel like this isn't set up for us.
So, while we tried to go back to that decade where we were trying to make the wild feel like it's humans' territory and not wild animals' territory, and where we were just killing everything that we thought was everything that was predator, it was keeping everything that was prey alive and everything the predator dead because we were trying to roll the wild because we were trying to make the wild more let's see, inviting for humans and less inviting for the actually fucking live in it. I was trying to go back to
So, but on the other hand, when we go out away from the dance world and we talk about some of the things we're changing at Autistic Wings, one of which being teachers, think before you talk. Think how this is going to be.
have a heart that isn't like Zeus's and Zeus's white side because yes, Zeus's wife in the original tale tried to keep murder Hercules and it wasn't Hades because Hades was being happily in love. I think at that point in time.
But what I'm saying is one of the things we're saying is you need to think. You need to think of what your words consequences are going to be. And outside the dance and entertainment world, people were like, and that's an accommodation. You need to think what a child is going to think about. That's an accommodation.
I mean, they're thinking, oh wait, how is a conversation to make sure you don't say words that's gonna make a child want to go themselves?
Yeah, no, that's the question I continuously have been asked. Is that shouldn't be an accommodation. That should just be I'm working with kids. I need to think how this is going to be construed by a kid.
Well, that isn't how they do it in schools or dance studios.
I think the problem dance studios also have with the differently abled community is none of us like school teachers either. They're like, well, you wouldn't treat a school teacher like this. Oh, hell yeah, the community would.
School teachers also think, now, how can this spiritually my words so the kids want to go themselves?
Dance teachers are like, you need to treat me like an educator. And I'm like, oh, you want me to treat you like an educator? Because I can treat you. Because they're like, well, you professionally do IEPs for other people. How would you treat an educator in this situation? Okay, we need to be behind.
Into fucking bullshit. I'm gonna let the buffaloes turn you into let's see, Buffalo Patty.
Well, one, the lawyers would be called in a lot of these situations that dance studios have. I would have called the lawyers and going, hi, I need you. You need to get your ass over here because we're done. We are not going to mediation. We are not doing anything else. Call the judge's clerk, get us on the docket because we're going to trial. And the lawyers normally are talking me down going, we need one more meeting. But I think a lot of these dance teachers don't understand on that one. No one in the differently abled community really likes the education system either. So going, oh, we're just like the educators at school aren't helping you very much, are they?
So you do want to consider what you want for children want to themselves.
I mean, that's the thing is a lot of these teachers, you talk to kids my age, you talk to kids in Gen Z. You even talk to the older alphas.
They go, oh yeah, my teacher wanted me, made me feel like I should just myself.
All you are going to get pretty much is there might be one teacher, but it is usually one teacher they liked. The rest are all
polar bears. LOLs?
Yeah. I mean, you talk to them and these teachers really think they did great. And they're like, but I just didn't understand special needs. And it's like, then you shouldn't have been working with special needs kids. I don't know what to tell you.
So I'm just going to go with they would abuse a puppy and put it in a cage.
Yeah. So, Soul Talk, circling back, has never been a problem for you.
Wait, what was I look at? Soul Talk video?
No, we're going to do that later because this is where you go, hi, Soul Talkers. I would love to break down this video, but that seems like something that I need people who were in this video to come break down so we can also talk about the behind the scenes, including...
Well, then it's going to be forever then because, it's like June and July, it's like next month.
Wait, it's like May and early May, and we go out. You know,
when is Hollywood?
Into July. And you're not going out to I don't think we're hitting DC this year. I've looked at the calendar and it's just not going to work calendar wise. we've got the new group of kids coming in on that Tuesday. I guess we could try and get home early on Tuesday, but we've also got some politicking, because it's all about politics when you're a nonprofit. We got some politicking we got to get done at the state fair. Now, everyone's least favorite thing in the world, let's go to the state fair so that we can go talk to the elected officials and discuss why they need to be giving more money to us, right, Leta? Or at least, not cutting special ed funding.
If humans make it if humans are still alive when the Nova Star hits, I'm just gonna be up in heaven going, what the ever loving if we got smarter after I died? Why?
Anywho's, mic drop there. Friday, we've got Karen Ash, who's a registered nurse, coming on to talk about the medical portions of autism, which I do think a lot of these dance teachers need to
Oh,
understand.
I'm so sorry. It's so hard to understand that a person who has a different form of a brain can also have some physical problems. So I'm sorry. It's only biology
Leta,
no longer a thing.
we-
Thank you very much. Science is no longer a thing, I guess.
They don't know that the neurodivergent brain is literally different than the neurotypical brain. They think it's the exact same brain.
Oh, thank you very much for telling me you're an educator. Now, where's your doctorate answer?
People with doctorates and doctorates of education.
Whoa, you can't be an educator without, you can't be like a college level educator without that, and boo. Thank you, bless you, our hearts, goodbye. I have scientists. My mother has
We're not
scientists. Goodbye.
We are not teaching educators. You do not have to have special
Not
ed
teaching people in college.
No, we are not teaching educators in college. You want to, but that's a totally different subject. The educator, to become a teacher,
Dang.
you don't have to get education in college. We're like,
Okay, so human beings aren't living to when the Nova Star hits because you have to have a brain.
All right. Well, but Kara's coming on. She's going to talk medical with us. She said she'll come on again. So listen, watch. If you have questions for her next appearance on here, please feel free to drop them in the comment sections or to fan mail them. Have a great Tap Tuesday, everyone, and we will talk to you later.
There's no tapping this.
We talked about the whole thing. We talked about how
What kind of tap?
the tap is going to be playing in the background over us talking on YouTube and Spotify video, if I remember it. All right. See y'all later. Bye.
We have a chubby Petey.
Hello, thank you for watching the podcast, and please subscribe, and also look at that adorable paper. So if you want to subscribe for it, and also please leave a like, and don't forget, if you subscribe to our stuff, you won't miss any of our new podcast stuffies. And also, did you see that adorable paper? Don't you like it? Hello, this is Rita, and this is me and my mommy's podcast, and then my mommy, and there's me, and I'm just talking about this stuff, and there's me tap dancing, because this is the Tap Dancing / Autism podcast, and there's a bunch of animals, and I'll be trying to eat my hair, and there's a bunch of sand in the ocean. Also, there's all the soul talk stuff, I love all my mentors and babes. Oh, that, and also, yes, like life stuff and tap dancing. Oh, and also there's my boots. My boots are amazing. Also, there's me, trying not to have a panic attack. Also, this is a podcast about me and autism and tap dancing and blah, blah, blah. I'm just ADHD in this thing. Also, there's my cute adorable puppy. Hello, this is Rita, and this is me and my mommy's podcast, and then my mommy, and there's me, and I'm just talking about this stuff, and there's me tap dancing, because this is the Tap Dancing / Autism podcast, and there's a bunch of animals, and I'll be trying to eat my hair, and there's a bunch of sand in the ocean. Also, there's all the soul talk stuff, I love all my mentors and babes. Oh, that, and also, yes, like life stuff and tap dancing. Oh, and also there's my boots. My boots are amazing. Also, there's me, trying not to have a panic attack. Also, this is a